still underdogs at home, on the road, and all of these games. It's time for people to start understanding it's a legitimate team that has a chance not only to win the series against Cleveland, but also maybe even go all the way to the NBA Finals.
I think a lot of the focus has been on why the Cavs have not played particularly well. A lot of that is due to injury, of course, but I think that's taking too much credit away from what the Pacers have done.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Malaysia Fawali, who you guys know I am a huge fan, has decided to switch allegiances and stay in league. And now she's going to go play for Kim Mulkey. Her, Flau'jae Johnson in the backcourt. It's going to be interesting to watch. You wonder sometimes with roster construction, maybe too much is not too good.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
Jason Tatum underwent surgery to repair a torn right Achilles tendon. That is obviously a season-ending injury, and you know that's long rehab. You're talking
next year.
That's a year.
I don't wish that on anybody. I don't. I hate that Achilles, knees and ankles. I don't like talking about them. I've said it a million times. But screw the Celtics.
Pharrell, coast to coast. Only on SportsGrid.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
Let's roll. This is SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency. The Princeton players, the hustlers, the people, the bust them, and everybody else in between. The Friday Night Freak Show has begun on the SportsGrid Radio and Television Network. It's the calm before the storm. NHL Stanley Cup playoffs come to an end with the Stanley Cup Finals. The hardest trophy in pro sports to win starts on Wednesday. We got an epic rematch from last year. We got a big-time throwdown Saturday night in the NBA, but the NBA Finals are starting next Thursday. No matter who wins between the Pacers and the Knicks tomorrow night, they're starting Thursday. Nevertheless, we're now less than a week away from CFL kickoff. We've got CFL preseason going on right now as we speak. We've got UFL football going on right now as we speak, and I've got probably too much money on a UFL game right now, but I do. And anybody that's paying attention to this game, we were posting on X about this like throughout the evening. This game is so bad it's good. Like it's the problem with the UFL, and they got a lot of problems. But this is one of the problems with the UFL is this game should be for first place, right? So the Battlehawks are actually a good team, and the DC Defenders are actually a good team. Frustrating team to bet on, but a good team nevertheless. And they have one game separating each other. They're in the same division. They should be playing for home field. Like this should be like a big deal. Like, you know what I mean? Well, big deal by UFL standards. All right, home field. And St. Louis and D.C. actually both have home field advantages, right? Some teams in the UFL don't have any fans. Some teams do. It's weird. Like, so some teams get 30,000 people. Some teams get 2,000. It's all over the place. I would take the teams away from the people who are getting 2,000. But, like, so this game should have mattered tonight, but the D.C. Defenders play where D.C. United play, and it's D.C. United Stadium. And D.C. United are playing next week. So, and it's like, yeah, well, you got a playoff game. We don't know what to tell you. It's our stadium, and we're not moving our MLS game for you. You're playing in our stadium. So, basically, this game was rendered meaningless. No matter who won tonight, the game is in St. Louis next week. So, suddenly, D.C., like, they're not playing anybody. St. Louis played a couple of starters. But what's made this game cool is the fact that there was like a 47-minute weather delay. And it was literally one of the wettest football fields I've ever seen in my life. And they got a good drainage system, but like there's massive puddles. Like Chase Daniels is the analyst. Chase Daniels, the guy was in the NFL for a long time and, college football star. And he said he can only remember one field that was worse than this in his entire life. And he told a story about when he was in college, 2006. He played a game at Kansas State that was like, he said it was like six inches of water on the field. Brock Heward, who was like one of the analysts doing the UFL, Brock Heward's from the state of Washington. The guy played for the Washington Huskies. The play-by-play guy said, well, Brock, you grew up in Washington and you played for the Washington Huskies. I'm sure you played in weather like this. He goes, no, not like this. He said, no, not this bad. So, and it was one of the rare nights we actually took the under tonight in a UFL game. I like the under because I'm like, wow, both these teams are playing each other in the freaking playoffs anyways. Like, there's going to be a smash-mouth game. And, of course, they scored a touchdown on the first damn drive of the game. And the total went up to like 44.5, and we hit that. And then the weather hit. They locked the game because the computers got all, like, they had to step in because the weather was so bad. Like, they froze the board. Now it's back up. It's 30.5 right now. It's 10-2 in this football game. Did we just get to the half? I think we just got to the half at 10-2. You know what? We keep you up to date on everything. I'm probably one of 6 people that like are on top of this right now, but we got money on it, people, and so do you. Or some of you do. Yeah, 10-2. Yeah, we're going to the half, so we got 12 points. No, it looks like they're going to kick a field goal, actually. I think there's going to be 3 added on unless they slip and miss it or something. Unless they slip and miss it. It looks like we got a field goal coming up. So it's going to be 13-2. Looks like St. Louis are about to kick a field goal. In-game total is currently 30.5. All right, the Dodgers and Yankees playing for the first time since the World Series. Good memories. There was a lot of talk. It's funny. I was like, why is Freddie Freeman home run everywhere suddenly last night and today? I'm like, oh, yeah, they're playing the Yankees. And nice memories. I got to look at my phone. I actually have I have it all on video, me in the stands, great times. Probably the coolest sporting event I've ever been at, actually. And I did my top 5 tonight. I posted it on X of my 5 favorite events that I was at in my lifetime. And that made number 1, Michigan and Alabama, the Rose Bowl, the semifinal from a couple of years ago. That was right up there. Fernando's no-hitter, the Canadians beating the LA Kings in the Stanley Cup. Was up there, so maybe we'll get into that a little bit later. But so the Yankees and Dodgers are playing again. Great rivalry. Anytime these two teams play, it's super cool. But we should know Mookie Betts. I don't know what he did. Remember earlier in the year, Freddie Freeman fell in the shower and he hurt his ankle. Now Mookie Betts hurt his toe. Mookie Betts stubbed his toe on something. I don't know what we don't know. Non-baseball. Like he did it at home type of deal. Like it had nothing to do with baseball. It's one of these deals. A lot of players, when they injure themselves, I just automatically think right away. I'm like, you were drunk, right? You're not going to tell people you got drunk and you did something stupid and you fell down a flight of stairs, But Mookie Betts, I believe that he really stubbed his toe. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Mookie Betts is drunk, right? But trust me, I know. I've heard some stories, and I know, personally, what players have told the media and what really happened. Hockey players like to use they slipped on ice one. Slipped on ice on my driveway is a big one. Remember Brian Greasy said that. Brian Greasy once showed up to the Broncos, the next morning, and his face was, smashed up, he got, really badly injured. And the media's asking him, what the hell happened to you? He's like, I was shoveling snow and I slipped on ice, What really happened is the Broncos had a team Christmas party and he got really lit up and he face planted, right? So, remember, there was another dude. Who was the dude that said I was carrying meat? I went hunting. I was carrying meat. It turned out he was carrying cases of beer. You never really get the full story, right? Yeah, but as I was saying, so Mookie Betts out of this baseball game tonight. Max Fried pitching. The Dodgers are underdogs. I'm not a fan of the fact that Mookie Betts isn't playing. But the Dodgers are dogs tonight, plus 120 right now. Yankees, you can't lay minus 150 with the Yankees here, even without Mookie Betts. Plus 120. Total is 8.5. All right, you know what? Let's go with the Dodgers at plus 120, but I like the under 8.5 in this game. But I'm not a massive fan of this. I'm a Dodger fan, and I got their season win total bets, and I got all kinds of props, season props on their players. But I hope they take 2 or 3. It's not ideal. It's a big game for the Yankees. 8.5 feels a little high, though. Let's go under the 8.5 with the Dodgers and Yankees, and let's sprinkle on the Dodgers at plus 120. We've got the college baseball, Road to Omaha, World Series. This stuff is pretty wild, man. I tell you, like, just go with your gut with this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not crazy no matter what you do. There's been a ton of upsets already today. We'll go over some of the scores for you, but there's been a ton of upsets already. Good example, like, still early right now, but Utah Valley were big underdogs against the Ducks. Utah Valley's winning 4-3 right now. LSU's up 3-0 on Little Rock. Creighton are smashing Kansas. It's 10-3. Oklahoma up 3-0 on Nebraska in the fifth right now. Duke smashing Oklahoma State. But we'll have some late-night picks for you. Mississippi State are actually drilling Northeastern. I'm not a fan of seeing that. But we got some late-night baseball to break down. College baseball, Major League Baseball, NBA playoff basketball, CFL preseason winding down, UFL, Champions League, CONCACAF Cup. If they're playing it, we're betting it. Let's roll.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
I am Gabriel Morency, but I feel like Fred Flintstone in the episode where he's betting all the time. Bet. He's got the betting issue. I'm just sort of like, yeah, let's bet on this, let's bet on that. And there's no NHL tonight, no Stanley. We're used to all these playoff games, these big games, and suddenly you go from the intensity of these playoff games to, I got a bunch of money on CFL preseason games. You know what I mean? And I'm watching, and I'm like, I wasn't going to bet him at first. And I'm like, who are you kidding? You're going to bet him. And then I bet too much, and I'm like, and I'm watching some of them, and there's weather delays everywhere. There's been there's like 5 football games tonight, 1 UFL game, and like the CFL preseason. 3 of them have been in weather delays. It's like one of these nights tonight. CFL, whatever. You have a game in Ottawa in the summer, you'll have a weather delay.
Correct.
And it's the first game in Ottawa tonight. And they had a lightning delay in Ottawa. All right, this is good news. That was a replay, unfortunately. Washington, D.C. tonight. Washington, D.C., they just showed the pouring rain. Anyone that I tweeted this out, anyone that's like pay attention to this UFL game, Spread of Stairs in the house with us. We got Cam Stewart. We got college baseball, which I'm excited about, but I got to be honest, I went 0-3 earlier today in college baseball, so maybe I should back off the college baseball right now. Spread of Stare. What's going on, Spread? How you doing?
Man, I'm excited to be here tonight, and we have a Game 6 to talk about. Can you imagine if the Knicks would have fallen short last night? We would have gone a week without the NBA, but we got a game tomorrow night and potentially a game on Monday night as well.
I think it'll just be tomorrow night. I think the Pacers are poised to blow the Knicks out tomorrow night after the flat spot last night for them. Currently sitting at 4 right now. Money line is -180. Total is 219. How do you feel about the game right now, Spread? What do you think is going to happen tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, from a basketball perspective, I completely agree with you. But, Gabe, for the appearance tonight, I decided to put on my Sacramento Kings shirt. I'm a Kings fan, and I'm having flashbacks here to 2002. Should I be worried, Gabe? I mean, the Knicks, it's pretty high. They're doing some good ratings right now with the New York Knicks in the conference finals. Do we put it past Adam Silver? Do you think that some of these guys could get in foul trouble early? How are you approaching this? I do agree that normally this is where we'd be looking. Right now, I'm going to play Pacers first quarter for sure. Haven't got there on the full game yet. Maybe just some PTSD from being a Kings fan. What do you think, Gabe?
Conspiracy
there
theories.
Is. Well, there is no doubt. This is what happens. Like,
yeah.
You get caught once, people are going to remember it forever, right? And that's the thing. No one can dispute it. That was point blank, a WWE, like the Bret Hart screw job, the Montreal screw job. That was the Sacramento screw job, 100%. Because I had Tim Donahue. I've spoken to him on the show, actually. Paul Bovey's buddies with him. Philly Godfather knows him. So, like, we got mutual. So I had Tim Donahue on, and he did it. Like, he was there. He even, he basically said how it went down and stuff, and how Stern, would basically tell you. So how it works, guys, if you wonder, well, they're not going to, they're not dumb enough. It's like the mob or something. David Stern and Adam Silver aren't going to call and go, I don't want the Indiana Pacers in the finals because of ratings. Everything's recorded in this world. Everything is somebody will leak it after and say, oh, they rigged it, So what they'll do is, like Spread of Stairs is talking about, if they don't want the Pacers to win tomorrow, let's just say they want a Game 7, they'll look at everything that the Pacers do, and they'll tell the refs tomorrow in the briefing, hey, listen, Miles Turner's grabbing people's jerseys a lot. He's getting away. Keep your eye on that. Hey, Pascal Siakam's traveling a lot, actually. Keep your eye on that. And then the referees understand which teams they get told to take a look at, and then they kind of know, wink, wink, all right, they want us to pinch this team, right? That's sort of how it works.
And they also get paid in the postseason by games, so they have financial incentive too.
Well, you get
paid by appearance. They don't get.
Well, yeah, you get assigned. So basically, if you don't do what they want, they just won't assign you for the next game.
Exactly.
Right? You won't get. It's like the NFL. Kev. Remember, I told you the story about the head of the NFL ref school. I said, what happens if you're a referee and you disagree with the call? You look in the hood, you look on the screen, and you're like, yeah, listen, he's out of bounds. But they tell you from the headquarters in New York, no, we're going to rule he's in bounds. And I said to the head referee guy, I said, what do you do if you're a referee and you disagree with it? I said, can you override it and go, listen, I'm on the field and that's wrong. I'm going to call it like I saw it here. And he goes, yeah, you can, but, you won't have a job long. That's what he told me. He didn't even hide it though, Cam. He goes, you can, but you won't last long. And then he said, he goes, you can do that, but he goes, you'll never get assigned anything, and you'll be out of the league. Like he basically
Great call by you. Great call, Morency. And we've had these guys on, and you did a great job with Donegan. But it's true. Like, they're not going to tell you point blank what's going to happen, but the wink, wink, nudge, nudge stuff's been going on for a while. And I agree with the Sacramento screw job. It was the worst ever. Like, they couldn't get one damn call in that series. But this stuff still exists, and New York's a big market here, and we'll see what happens. I'm kind of spread a stare. I didn't want to go down this road, the conspiracy road, because I kind of want to take Indiana, but maybe the way we do play it is in the first quarter or first half instead of the game, because I do worry. And Gabe, you know it's good for business with a Game 7 at MSG.
Oh, and you also know they're already upset that Oklahoma City are there. They can put a smiley face on this, but they would have rather Golden State or LeBron or Jokic or even, you know what I mean? It's SGA in Oklahoma City. They could get dealt like a pretty bad television market situation here with Oklahoma City versus Indiana. But that's why it's up to the Pacers to just punch them in the mouth early, right? Don't leave it in the hands of the refs, whatever. If you're up sort of like, if you're up 40-22 after the first quarter, you take the element out. Spread a stare in the house. Cam Stewart with us. I will say this. We're coming up against it. We'll get Spread a stare's take on the total. But last night, guys, the Knicks won because they slowed the game down, right? And the Pacers seemed disinterested in, like, not doing anything about it. Like, Tyrese Halliburton was very unaggressive early in the game last night. He had, like, 2 shots in the first half, basically. He just sort of stood around. They let the Knicks walk the ball up the court. The whole, way to beat the Knicks, if you're the Pacers, is fast, 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 run, fast, fast. Make them make mistakes. They're going to do that tomorrow back in Indianapolis.
No, we're not.
Fun?
No, if the Knicks are losing, I'm gonna be miserable.
Be fine.
I'm gonna be miserable. Really? You know what? I'm saying Knicks are winning tomorrow.
Oh,
fuck it. Here we go. Knicks are winning tomorrow. See that guy? No, that's the wrong guy. See that guy? See him? He's over his assist prop. Jalen Brunson. He's going over his assist prop.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
Heard yesterday that he's got no shot to win the Cy Young because it's going to Skubal again. Skubal's winning the Cy Young, no shot for free.
They're both terrific. They both have incredible numbers and credentials and stats and strikeouts and ERA and everything, like every single category. Fried is right there with him.
Pharrell, Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
Face. It's the new face. New face of what? The hell are you talking about? Like seriously. Oh, the new face of the NBA, Anthony. Yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Like, really? Guy's got 2 shots. You're the face of the NBA. Slow down. He's a good player. I've always thought the whole face of the NBA thing was comical. You want him to be the face of the NBA because you don't like it that all the other faces in the NBA aren't American.
Sports Rage tonight. Only on SportsGrid.
Oh, yeah. We bet the under this UFL game. We got a blocked field goal in the slush here. Let's go.
Sound like the Kool-Aid guy. Just breaking the
look up. I'm like, nice thing. That's a nice thing when you bet on an under. You just root for failure. You're like, excellent play.
There's a lot of failure in that
excellent
league.
Play.
yes, they got 2 points. Failure.
Well, it's pouring rain. They're playing their backups, but this is why you got to be on top of things to bet, right? I mean, Guys, they had a freaking, put it this way, Rob Vino is going to join us later. And everyone who knows that tunes in with Rob Vino and I, like Rob, when I said about Rob betting on overs, and he goes, Gabe, it's a religion for me. It's like a marriage. Because I said that overs are his mistress. He goes, no, it's not a mistress. It's my religion. And so I DM'd him tonight, and I said, Rob, I can't believe I'm doing this. I know this is sacrilege, but I like the UFL game to go under tonight. And he responded me with a long write-up that he goes, I just released this for my clients, and he took the under tonight. So you know that if both me and Rob Vino think a game is going under the UFL, you should probably tell us because we don't do it very often. Here we go, baby. We got a 13-2 football game right now. All right, so back to the basketball. This series, Spread a Stare, Cam Stewart in the house with us. I'm Gabriel Morency. This series has been pretty hostile. Started with the Knick fans throwing garbage at the dude and stalking him on the streets of New York. And then Pacer fans stabbed 2 Knick fans in Indianapolis this past week in a bar. Pat McAfee somehow managed to piss off John Cougar Mellencamp. And John Cougar's coming back. Today, Cam, too, like Pat, like... So he's like John Cougar, and he starts like mocking him. He's singing his songs. He goes, oh, look at me, I'm John Cougar. He goes, John Cougar on his high horse. And then Pat like started riding his swivel chair, like riding it like a horse. He goes, look at me, I'm John Cougar. I'm high and mighty. Like he's not backing down. Like he's making a feud of this with John Mellencamp.
Like if you ask me like rivalries and feuds, like John Cougar Mellencamp and Pat McAfee would not.
Pat was mocking Pink House. He's like Pink Houses, little Pink Houses. Like it's too much. Then you got Spike Lee and Ben Stiller. And it's all too much. But I think it ends tomorrow. Spread a Stare. I think the Pacers get it done. I understand the concern about the refereeing. But deliver a knockout punch. Take the. It's like a fighter. Don't leave it in the judge's hands. And like I was talking when we went to the break, the Knicks did a nice job of the pace last night. I think the Pacers, pardon the pun, will pick up the pace and play faster tomorrow. Spread.
Yeah, and that's what they're going to need to do. So the question is, right? You know, the conspiracy stuff is always fun to start with. But did the Knicks unlock some basketball things in that last game? Of course, to me, the story of the game was Jalen Brunson starting out hot. The way he played early really set the tone for New York, allowed them to keep their crowd into it, and that was huge for them. So Halliburton's going to try and bounce back. I mean, you mentioned it earlier. Halliburton, for all his talk of becoming a top 15 guy and you know becoming the face of the Eastern Conference, he can't have these disappearing acts. But I think at home we should see something better from him. The Knicks were able to play well in spite of a poor game from OG Anunoby. So he's another player. Of course, he got it done on the defensive end, but he could shoot a little better. They didn't play Mitchell Robinson too much. They're pretty much running 6-man right now. I know that the other guys get a little bit of run, but you got your main 6. Josh Hart had a good game. So I could see that it's conceivable the Knicks could build all this. But what I'm really worried about is Nesmith, Aaron Nesmith, who's been so key here for the Indiana Pacers. We know that he sprained his right ankle. He was questionable. We do expect him to play. Will he not be 100%? As you could tell, he wasn't the same player out there in Game 5.
No, you're definitely right. He wasn't the same player. He was missing shots early that he normally makes. He didn't have that jump to his shot. A lot of flat-footed. They took a lot of lazy shots, the Pacers, too. You know, like after the first, they didn't play well after the first quarter. They were only down by 6 or 5 or whatever it was. It was pretty close. Then even after a bad first half, they were only down 11. I was like, you know, the Pacers could go on a run, but they can't like flick that switch. I'm expecting them to roll tomorrow, Cam. What are you doing with the game tomorrow? You think the Knicks extend it to 7? And there's no doubt the league wants it to go 7. But like I said, I think the Pacers will take it out of the referee's hands. I like the Pacers tomorrow. Who are you taking?
Well, they better. I'm kind of with Spread a Stare here with the early start. Indiana at home has to punch these guys in the face. Like I like that old first quarter, first half bet for sure, Morency. I think that's good. And then hopefully they can pull away and it work for the game as well. But that's what I'm going to do initially. I do think the Pacers will take care of business. But you know what, though? Gabe, it's a must win for the Pacers because they go back to MSG for Game 7. Good luck. That's the whole thing. Like they have to take care of their business. It's huge.
And you're getting the Knicks right now, guys, at plus 1,600 to win the NBA championship. So if you think they're winning, they win tomorrow, suddenly you're getting, let's just say you get plus 1,600 going into the finals. Then you got a hedge.
No, we're
have
not.
some fun?
No, if the
What do
Knicks
you
are losing,
mean?
I'm gonna be miserable.
I'll be fine.
I'm gonna be miserable. Really? You know what? I'm saying Knicks are winning tomorrow.
Oh.
Fuck it. Here we go. Knicks are winning tomorrow. See that guy? No, that's the wrong guy. See that guy? See him? He's over his assist prop. Jalen Brunson. He's gone over his assist prop.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
I already heard yesterday that he's got no shot to win the Cy Young because it's going to Skubal again. Skubal's winning the Cy Young. No shot for Fried.
They're both terrific. They both have incredible numbers and credentials and stats and strikeouts and ERA and everything. Like every single category, Fried is right there with him.
Pharrell Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid.
Face. It's the new face. New face of what? The hell are you talking about? Like seriously. Oh, the new face of the NBA, Anthony. Yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Like, really? Guy's got 2 shots. You're face of the NBA. Slow down. He's a good player. I've always thought the whole face of the NBA thing was comical. You want him to be the face of the NBA because you don't like it that all the other faces of the NBA aren't American.
Sports Rage tonight. Only on SportsGrid.
This is Sports Rage. I am Morency. All right, we'll get you caught up to date. Let's do a quick score check here. 5-4 Tigers over the Royals. And our boy Greg Frank's going to be going to see all these baseball teams. We'll wish him the best. We'll give him his goodbye a little bit later on. But one of our producers, Greg Frank, although I should note, like over the years, I'm in year 23 of doing Sports Rage, and sort of like girlfriends on Seinfeld. You know what I mean? We've had a lot of them over the years with producers and names. So it's like I was thinking earlier. I remember like earlier I could rattle it off because I remember our first ever producer, and you never forget guys like this. I'm like, what's your name? He's like, Joey, but I go by Joey the Pimp on the air. I'm like, all right, Joey the Pimp. I'm like, all right, Joey the Pimp. I'm like, so it's the first ever guy I meet. You know, Joey the Pimp. Right? I'm like, Joey the Pimp had a time problem. This guy didn't understand like time, like for radio, Cam. Like it's like
it's kind
anyone
of the
that's in this business, it's the only really thing you have to do, guys. Like my advice to you, if you ever get a job at a station, you can screw up a lot, like you know what I mean, like and stuff.
Yeah, dude.
You just got to show up on time. Like that's the whole thing. Like the time thing is the number one thing. Like
great call,
once you're
Morency.
late, like twice, you're done. Like, but
Yeah.
you can show up and screw up 22 times. But if you show up late once or twice, it's like, no, you're done.
That's
This
the
guy
thing.
would always be late, right? And it was like, dude, you can't be late for in this business. So like he was gone. But yeah, we've there's been a lot of them over the years. Like hell, I can't even remember all of them at the
Got a
score
few.
cam right now off the top of my head.
Oh, dude, you like literally, am I over under for
Who
you
was that
doing
cheap
this?
dude? What was that guy's name? Remember the cheap dude? There was a cheap dude.
Dude.
I remember Stacy. Yeah,
Stacey.
Nero. That was it.
Nero. Oh, yeah, Nero. Watch him steal your food. Yeah, Nero. The guy's in like, oh, Cam, can I buy that sub off you for 49 cents? I'm like, no.
Nero is the type
I
of
need
guy, though.
$8.
You come back, like, you know, you get some of the store, be like, yeah, you owe me 88 cents from the food run. So
Yeah.
Nero, Salacious Stacy, we got a lot of them, but our boy Greg Frank is moving to Boise, Idaho. So we'll get into that a little bit later on. All right, so the Oklahoma City Thunder are awaiting spread Astaire. Do you think the Pacers or the Knicks can give them a series? Like, can they win 2 games? Do you think they're beatable, Oklahoma City? They're going to be off for a while here, the Thunder, but I don't really think that's a negative for them, to be honest. What do you think about the Thunder, who are awaiting the winner of this series right now?
Most likely, my earliest initial lean here is that I'm going to bet the Thunder to win exact score 4-1. I see a gentleman's sweep in the future. The Oklahoma City Thunder, they have the third highest net rating in the last 50 years. The other two teams that achieved that both had Lou Alcindor, who I think became maybe Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the second one. Regardless, these are really great teams that they're up against. And as fun as this Pacers story is, or potentially this Knicks story, the Thunder have done it all year. The Thunder have more depth. They'll be better on defense, home court advantage. I just don't see how either of these teams is going to keep up with Oklahoma City.
Guys, they got a hypothetical spread out too. So, Gabe, I don't know on FanDuel. It's when it's Indiana and Oklahoma City. -9 total, 231.5. Any opinions?
Yeah.
That's a lot of points. But Oklahoma City tends to blow out teams, but Indiana can run. So that's a lot of points. 9.
Yeah, your initial idea is that it's too many points, right? But you look at what Oklahoma City's done against the spread this year. I mean, their net rating was 13.2. So that means the average game, and that's not even a win, just an average game. They're close to 13.5 points better than their opponents. And they cover double-digit spreads all the time. So it feels like they got to make this number high, because if it was anything less than 7, they'd be 90% on Oklahoma City.
My reaction, I was just thinking about the total, and I'm like, it's pretty much where I thought it was going to be, actually. And I would expect these games to get into the tooth. Man, if it's the Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder, there's going to be some serious pace to that. But the Thunder, I think will come up with a couple of more stops. It's just great matchup, actually, but we're not there yet. But as they were saying, there are advanced numbers up right now. NBA hypothetical matchups. The Oklahoma City Thunder -9. I see a 232.5, actually. And just for the record, actually, so hypothetically, guys, if you're betting, let's say the Pacers win tomorrow, and don't wait to bet it if you're betting the over. I guarantee you, by the time we get to tip off on Thursday night, spread is there, Cam. You imagine spread? The public's going to bet the over, bro, if it's the Pacers and Thunder playing against each other. Right? So this is one of those, you're going to bet it. I know they're playing Thursday, but tomorrow night after a few drinks, Saturday night, late night, just bet the over. And then 3 and 4 days from now, we'll be looking and going, hey, why, guys? It's 235.5 now. It's going to steam up, guys. This is the advanced number.
Yes.
Yeah. And you can change
you can buy it back spread if you don't like it. Buy it back and get a little.
Yeah.
Big enough. Yep. Play it live too. Yep. Gabe, that's good. That's a big, it says 1 point, but 231.5 to 232, any little bit you can get with the over. Yeah, I'm playing it. I agree with you. These teams can get 240s. It could be an absolute, maybe even higher. That's the whole thing. Oklahoma City scores at will. Indiana plays at a pace that's lightning fast. They score. So yeah, that total might seem high, but it's attainable.
And that's where Oklahoma City's depth is going to help so much, because, they're so young and they got multiple guys, so they're not going to tire out. Because they can go 8 or 9 deep. We see with the Knicks, they're about 6.2 players deep on their rotation.
All right, we've got numbers for all of this right now. So Pacers versus Oklahoma City Thunder. Pacers and Thunder. Thunder to sweep the series, +280. Spread Astaire just said he thinks Oklahoma City in 5, the gentleman's sweep. +190 is the number I see right now for that spread.
Oh, wow.
+190.
Wow.
Oklahoma City to win in 5.
Wow.
I guess I'm not the only one who thinks that, because after hearing that number, that's not very lucrative for a 4-1.
That's better than I thought they were going to give you, to be honest. It's
Really?
+375.
Really?
Yeah. Well, whatever, dude. They're -650 favorites, right? So
what's 6?
Yeah.
+375. Oklahoma in 6, +375.
5 and 6. I agree with spread Astaire. No sweeps. Always one game where, you know what I mean? The favorite will kind of they're not even going to be interested. But 5 or 6. 6 isn't too bad, Gabe. That's a number I can sink my teeth into. But 5 is likely.
They're pretty much the same numbers against the Knicks. It's 10 cents more. Instead of +280, you get +300 for a sweep. Thunder and 5 against the Knicks is +200. Thunder and 6 against the Knicks is +375. Thunder in 7 against the Knicks, plus 500. Denver did take them 7. They were the only ones that could play with them. But that was because of the pick and roll stuff. And I talked about it. I said against other teams, they'll have an easier time. It's hard to deal with Jokic and Murray in that 2-man basketball. Spread Astaire, where can people find you online?
I'm at Spread Astaire at Twitter and X, and I'll be putting out the rest of our NBA content and winding down, and then we shift into tennis season. Thanks for having me on, Gabe. Good seeing you, Cam.
Oh, tennis. Yeah, we still got like 30 seconds. Any overnight tennis? I know Cam's been batting. I've been watching it. I pull the trigger a bit, but I'm waiting. I'm still waiting to jump in.
The main thing I wanted to say is, we had talked about Swiatek, but she's got the easier path now. Her nemesis, Ostapenko's out. She's going to play Rybakina next round. Can't wait to see that match.
Good call.
Spread Astaire. Good stuff, Spread. Have a good one, bro.
All right. Thanks. See you guys soon.
There's a Spread Astaire with us. St. Louis Battlehawks still up 13-2. Our total's looking good. Still 13-2. And we're on the Battlehawks money line as well. BC Lions and the Edmonton Elks tied at 6 right now. Preseason action. I'm on the under 45.5. And Saskatchewan and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers are playing. They had a weather delay out there too. Wasn't lightning, I guess, big forest fire, smoke. Too smoky. I thought Snoop Dogg was playing in BC next Saturday, not tonight, in Regina.
No, we're not.
Fun?
No, if the
What do
Knicks
you
are losing,
mean?
I'm gonna be miserable.
Be fine.
I'm gonna be miserable. Really? You know what? I'm saying Knicks are winning tomorrow.
Oh.
Fuck it. Here we go. Knicks are winning tomorrow. See that guy? No, that's the wrong guy. See that guy? See him? He over his assist prop. Jalen Brunson. He's going over his assist prop.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
Heard yesterday that he's got no shot to win the Cy Young because it's going to Skubal again. Skubal's winning the Cy Young, no shot for free.
They're both terrific. They both have incredible numbers and credentials and stats and strikeouts and ERA and everything, like every single category. Fried is right there with him.
Pharrell, Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
Face. It's the new face. New face of what? The hell are you talking about? Like seriously. Oh, the new face of the NBA, Anthony. Yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Like, really? Guy's got 2 shots. You're the face of the NBA. Slow down. He's a good player. I've always thought the whole face of the NBA thing was comical. You want him to be the face of the NBA because you don't like it that all the other faces in the NBA aren't American.
SportsRage tonight. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, let's roll. This is SportsRage. All right, we just had a missed field goal now. Not blocked, but missed. Good stuff. Missed field goal in the D.C. game. I'm really liking this. I'm on the under.
It's like The Simpsons. Do you like 0-0 draws in soccer? Coming to Springfield. It's UFL football. Mistakes. Unders.
Yeah. One of the best lines in The Simpsons. I don't know if you guys remember, there's an episode where Homer gets banned from Moe's, and he tries to find a new bar. He's like, I'm going to find myself a new regular bar. He walks into the gay bar, and it's all dudes and stuff, and he orders a beer, and he looks around, there's all guys around. He goes, there's something off about this place. He goes, I just realized they don't have a sprinkler. This place is dangerous. And he walks out. He looks up. He's like, something's wrong about this place. Like, he's looking around. He goes, they don't have a. He goes, this place is a fire hazard. They don't have a sprinkler. He walks out.
That's amazing. That's so good.
It's the one where he meets Laura Lee Lumpkin, the country singer. He meets the country singer. He ends up in a country bar where he meets her.
Yeah.
But there's a park camp. He walks into a bar. And it's a sports bar. And he sees sports bar. And he goes, oh, sports bar. He goes, I'll fit in here. And he walks in and he sits down at the bar, and two dudes look up at him. And they're like, hey, what do you think? We're just having a debate. Who do you think the best XFL team never to win a championship is? Homer says to himself, he goes, oh, this is a real sports bar with real sports fans. And he walks out of there. He walks out. It's too good. He ends up in a country bar after, but I'll never get that. Yeah, we're having a debate here. What do you think? Who's the best team never to win? He's like, I think it's too good. I think it's the Orlando Rage. He thinks it's Memphis. What do you think?
Man, that writing on that show was so good back then.
Yeah, they used to be good. Like, there's some sports bettors that used to write on that show for sure.
For sure.
Just like the old days, Barney Miller. All right, so we got big soccer weekend. Let's get to this, actually. Massive game. We'll get to the Whitecaps in a minute, but tomorrow, UEFA's Champions League final. Next to the World Cup, guys, this is like the most viewed game in the world. Like, makes the Super Bowl seem small. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody in the world's watching this. I don't want to say it's taken some of the shine off, Cam, but it's very weird, like, when you look at a matchup. Right? It's like I'm just so used to Real Madrid or Barcelona, or Real Madrid versus Barcelona, or, you know what I mean? Yeah. Man, you in the old days. And, like, you know, the sort of powers. Not the PSG's not a power, but this is, like, massive for either of them if they actually win. I mean, they might burn Milan down, Cam. You see, like, Napoli the other day. They go crazy in Italy for this stuff. People either love or hate Inter Milan in Italy. They've been on a great run. Everybody likes Paris Saint-Germain here. PSG, they're plus 120. Draw plus 230. Inter Milan plus 240. I think people are sleeping on Inter Milan. Inter Milan have, like, answered every test throughout this tournament and have been underdogs, like, all the time. I'm not, like I said, everyone I've heard out there, I think Paris Saint-Germain's going to. There's a lot of casual. Let's be real. I don't pretend to be a PSG expert either. But there's a lot of casuals out there. Oh, PSG, and they see that they're favored and stuff. And I'm not ready to dismiss this Inter team. So I'm going to step up, guys. Give me a draw. Give me the draw after 90 minutes. Let's go with some drama here after 90 minutes. PSG, Inter Milan. I think it's going to go under as well.
1-1.
It's 2.5. It's 2.5 the total. The thing is, Inter Milan played like some really track meet games, as we saw. I mean, it was freaking crazy, man. Those games against Barcelona, they were like they were goal fests, right? But every game is different. This isn't aggregate now. You're down to just one game here. So where I'm going with this is I don't trust Paris Saint-Germain, and I don't think, like, plus 120 is a big favorite in soccer. Like, you know, to put in context, Inter Milan are plus 240. I don't think that they should be, like, double the favorite, like, over Inter Milan here. And in a 90-minute knockoff game in which, guys, this is the game of all their lives. Unless they played in a World Cup final, this is the biggest game they're going to play in their lives. I think Inter Milan will be ready. I'll go draw. Or you can play Asian handicaps as well if you want to mix it up with some parlays. You can get Inter Milan plus 1.5 is too steep. It's like plus 650, 700.
Plus a half.
Plus a half is minus one. Plus a half is minus 150 for Inter Milan. But we'll roll the dice on the draw. And a game that's kind of a toss-up, I'll go with the draw after 90. And it should be noted, a lot of these games do go to draws, actually, these Champions League finals. And then they have the long-ass 30 minutes and then potentially penalty kicks after. So the teams know that it's not – there's a long haul to this, right? Like they you know, I mean, it's not a panic if you didn't win in the 90 minutes. They're not forcing a win in 90 minutes here. So I'll play the draw. That's the play. Plus 230 draw.
No, I don't know. Yeah, there's like soccer experts out there. I watch Europa League, some Scottish League and stuff like that, Champions League. And I'm going to tell you, Gabe, like watching PSG play, I think it was more Arsenal's deficiencies in the games that I saw. Like they missed some great opportunities there. I get it. They lost one game. They've rattled off 4 straight. But if you take a look at Inter too, these guys don't lose. Draw, and 3 wins in their last 5. So this is a team that obviously, you're right, though. They tend to play higher scoring games, but you don't want to get into a track meet. Teams are going to be very, very cautious early. You don't want to give up that first goal and then chase. So I kind of see it the way you see it. I see like a 1-1 draw or under in the game, and I think the draw is a very good play. Nice price.
The problem is with this, like as far as the total, I'm not running the window to bet the under 2.5. I'm just scared that it opens up. All these Inter games always opened up all the time, and PSG can score as well. It's a championship game. I mean, it's a unique matchup. Different styles. PSG want to bring it and put goals up and let's run and gun, let's play soccer or football, whatever. And Inter Milan want to sort of play that Italian, let's slow it down. But this Inter Milan team has been finding the back of the net a lot. So I'll go draw. On the other side, we'll hit the Whitecaps and Cruz Azul, playing in the CONCACAF Champions Cup Sunday night in Mexico City. Whitecaps left earlier in the day today. I don't think altitude will be that much of a problem for them, though. The Whitecaps have already played in Mexico City. And in fact, they played in this stadium last month in Mexico City.
No, we're not.
Fun?
No, if the
What do
Knicks
you
are losing,
mean?
I'm gonna be miserable.
I'll be fine.
I'm gonna be miserable. Really? You know what? I'm saying Knicks are winning tomorrow.
Oh.
Fuck it. Here we go. Knicks are winning tomorrow. See that guy? No, that's the wrong guy. See that guy? See him? He's over his assist prop. Jalen Brunson. He's going over his assist prop.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
Heard yesterday that he's got no shot to win the Cy Young because it's going to Skubal again. Skubal's winning the Cy Young. No shot for free.
They're both terrific. They both have incredible numbers and credentials and stats and strikeouts and ERA and everything. Like every single category, Fried is right there with him.
Pharrell, coast to coast. Only on SportsGrid.
Face. It's the new face. New face of what? The hell are you talking about? Like seriously. Oh, the new face of the NBA, Anthony. Yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Like, really? Guy's got 2 shots. You're the face of the NBA. Slow down. He's a good player. I've always thought the whole face of the NBA thing was comical. You want him to be the face of the NBA because you don't like it that all the other faces in the NBA aren't American.
Sports Rage tonight. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, let's roll. Let's do this thing. We talked about the Champions League, and we got the CONCACAF Cup as well, which has been a big deal. So the CONCACAF Cup is, Costa Rica and everyone in the CONCACAF nations, and it's the teams play against each other. And it's a freaking lot of games, man. Like, you got to start off, like, at the beginning and stuff. You know what's crazy, too? The Whitecaps are in the final right now, Cam. they nearly lost to the Calgary Cavalry in like the first round.
Yeah, they had to
play everybody. Yeah, everybody gets a crack at this. So like they nearly actually lost. Like they had a problem. Hell, they tied the Forge last week in Winnipeg, but they did it with their backups. But anyways, so like they played a million games to get through all of this. They beat Messi twice. People were like, "Oh, you're never gonna." I didn't think you're gonna beat Monterrey. It was like you got to go to Monterrey. They're one of the best Mexican teams. You got to play at altitude of Mexico City, and they pulled it off. And then they pulled it off again against Pumas or whoever the hell. Like one after they banned, like they keep knocking off these Mexican powers. They knocked off Messi. Nobody thought they were going to beat Messi. They beat him 5-1 in an aggregate in 2 games in 6 days. So the Whitecaps have done it all. And now, once again, they're big underdogs, Kev. They're plus 375 underdogs to win in 90 minutes. I think the way to go here, if you want to get a piece of the Whitecaps, is the
Asian handicap
to win, to lift the trophy. To lift the trophy. So they're plus 200 to lift the trophy because the Whitecaps are going to be happy with that. Like the Whitecaps will be like, they'll be happy to be tied, whatever it is, like going into extra time. Like they're definitely the underdog going into this. Cruz Azul are the best team in Mexico. Now, the only thing is, I should note, Cruz Azul are missing a couple of players, including Gabriel Fernandez. So Gabriel Fernandez is out. Rotundi is also out for them as well. So they've got a couple of injury issues here. And one thing with Cruz Azul, they've been a little bit shaky at the back end, right? So the Whitecaps might be able to capitalize on them here. I think there'll be goals in this game, guys. Most of these Whitecap games against the Mexican teams, like and it's been real, like they end up 2-2 and stuff. Like they score on each other. I don't think the Whitecaps are going to shut out Cruz Azul in Mexico City. And conversely, I don't think the Whitecaps are good. I think they're up for the task here and they're up for the moment. So I think there'll also be a million corner kicks in this game. So let's go over the corner kicks. Over corner kicks is 9.5. So we'll go over the 9.5 corner kicks in this game. We'll be all over the Whitecaps on the Asian line and stuff, plus 1.5 in parlays. But I'm fired up for this game. Sunday night at 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. It's going to be, I think it's on FS1 as well, too. So this game is going to be on TV.
Like Forge FC and Calgary and all those teams in that league it's kind of like an American Hockey League team going up and playing an NHL team. They're jacked up. And look what Vancouver's done. They've overachieved by beating Powers in a Mexican league. And now you're bringing some other guys going on. Those guys literally will play. They'll do anything to beat like an MLS
like, this
team
game, it's like, it's like Division II. It's like Bolton playing against, trying to get into the Premier League. You know what I mean? They want to knock off the big boys.
Exactly. And they do. Like I saw Sheffield United play, like they're playing Premier League teams and they're there. Like that's the whole thing. It's like that's their livelihood. That's their one chance to like play with the big boys and stuff. It's an excellent point. And a lot of the time when you watch England League Cup, those teams in the other division do well. They grind.
Oh yeah, that's how you get into the MLS too. Like they don't have a relegation or a promotion way, but if you're one of these teams and you're good and you're drawing fans, like San Diego. Yes. San Diego was one of these U.S. Open Cup type of teams, right? But they draw a lot of fans. They do well. Las Vegas, same thing. I don't know what the hell with Las Vegas, the deal with MLS in Vegas is. They've been talking about it and this and that. Like, it would make perfect sense, but they got problems with that baseball stadium now suddenly, too. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Like, as a betting man, I wouldn't be surprised if
these don't go to Vegas.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, as a betting man, I wouldn't be surprised if 5 years from now there's just a casino property there and it's not a baseball stadium. Yeah.
That'd be the best. The proposed home of the Vegas Athletics.
Like MGM and like Harris, whoever the hell owns all the people that are in on it and stuff, they're going to say, we're not waiting. Like if there's delays and stuff, it's too valuable of property and land, like to have sitting there as a construction site.
That's an excellent point.
It was a bad idea to build a stadium on that corner. It's prime real estate. What are you putting a stadium there for?
No, we're
have
not.
some fun?
No, if the
What do
Knicks
you
are losing,
mean?
I'm gonna be miserable.
Be fine.
I'm gonna be miserable. You know what? I'm saying Knicks are winning tomorrow.
Oh.
Fuck it. Here we go. Knicks are winning tomorrow. See that guy? No, that's the wrong guy. See that guy? See him? He's over his assist prop. Jalen Brunson. He's going over his assist prop.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
Heard yesterday that he's got no shot to win the Cy Young because it's going to Skubal again. Skubal's winning the Cy Young, no shot for Fried.
They're both terrific. They both have incredible numbers and credentials and stats and strikeouts and ERA and everything. Like every single category, Fried is right there with him.
Pharrell Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid.
Face. He's the new face. New face of what? The hell are you talking about? Like seriously. Oh, the new face of the NBA, Anthony. Yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Like, really? Guy's got 2 shots. You're face of the NBA. Slow down. He's a good player. I've always thought the whole face of the NBA thing was comical. You want him to be the face of the NBA because you don't like it that all the other faces of the NBA aren't American.
SportsRage tonight. Only on SportsGrid.
Let's do this thing. This is SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency, the pistol players, the hustlers, the people, the bus, and everybody else in between. All right, the UFL game. A lot of people would be like, man, this is terrible. It's 13-2 with like 5 minutes left in the football game. But I say it's a work of art. It's a thing of beauty. I wanted to keep on raining. I love the wet field. There's still 9 minutes left, actually. There's 9, not 5. There's 9 minutes left in the game. But we got a 13-2 game. And we talked about it earlier. Rob Vino betting overs. It's like it's a religion, right? It's very difficult for either me or Rob to get to the window and bet it under. Like it's like Mr. Burns trying to say the word recycling. Recycle. I'm unfamiliar with that word, little girl. Like when he says, like, do you recycle at the plant? He's like, recycle. He goes, I don't know that word. Like
that was awesome.
Yeah, I don't know that word. You know, when under. And it's almost a mistake sometimes. Like, I think the book would probably think, Rob, when we put a bet into the under that, we made a mistake with our bet. But Rob Vino, wagertalk.com, Rob Vino Sports steps up and both me and Rob like the under of this game tonight. And so far, so good. 13-2. It's a thing of beauty, Rob.
Yeah, generally I don't love fumbles with the team going in for a touchdown on the 15-yard line, but tonight I love it. Really, I don't love blocked field goals, but I love them tonight. So yeah, that field is a mess, Gabe. Oh my God! And you know what? It's right in my backyard. In about the next 15 minutes, we're under tornado watch here right now in this outside of Philadelphia. So it could get a little crazy here.
3 games tonight, Rob. This game got delayed for 47 minutes, and you've been watching football a long time, and I know you've been watching this game. That was one of the wettest fields for a couple of minutes I've ever seen in my life. Like in the middle of the field, like it was just like a serious puddle. like it was just like, the ball just stopped. Everyone was fumbling and falling on top of it and stuff. But you can't run in that, Rob. I know it leads to turnovers, and we got lucky. Remember, and we should know we bet the under, and they scored a touchdown on the first effing drive. First game all year, the Battlehawks score on their opening drive. Thanks, guys. So they score a TD. And then, I was like, oh, this is great. And then, Rob, though, I was ballsy. After the touchdown, bro, even before the weather, I said, I'm jumping in again under 44.5. This thing's not getting there. And then the weather hit. But, man, that was some wet football for a few minutes there.
Yeah, the good news tonight, and one of the reasons for the under play was it's a grass field. It's, I heard one of the commentators say, "Oh, the sidelines seem to be draining now. Maybe the second half will pick up." There's nothing draining anywhere. It's puddles all over the place. It's like what you used to play in when you were 10, 11 years old. You know what I mean? You go out into the muddy schoolyard and play football. That's what it looked like out there. I think after the St. Louis recovered a fumble, they did these giant swan dives like you see baseball players doing a rain delay across the tarp and whatnot. So, yeah, it was a thing of beauty for sure. And hopefully we hang on here. We can cash an under ticket.
Yeah, we got lucky, too. So they scored the touchdown 7-0. Then it starts pouring rain. And then there's a punt, and St. Louis fumbled it on their own, 2-yard line. And the ball bounced around everywhere, but they fell on it, thank God. And then they got tackled in the end zone for a safety, which incidentally was the first ever safety in UFL history. Never had a safety in a UFL game before. So we witnessed history tonight in a weird way. You don't have a life. You can say, well, I saw history when the UFL had a safety. Time well spent in your life. But, the best thing is, like you said, Rob, I've been watching it too, and Brock Heward said, yeah, the drainage, guys, this is an MLS field. The drainage is excellent down here. And then literally a minute later, they showed the biggest puddle you've ever seen in your life, Rob. I started cracking up.
They don't have a sub-air system there. Settle down, Brock.
He's like, oh, very good drainage down here, guys. And then they showed the field. Terrible.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, that's horrible.
It's too good. So you got this game, 47-minute weather delay. Montreal Alouettes and the Ottawa Red Blacks playing tonight. It's on TV, Rob and Kev. So, Rob, it's on TSN. They're showing preseason games on TV. I'm like, all right, I wasn't overly excited last week of preseason. I bet heavily earlier in the preseason. Tonight, I just sort of danced around a bit with it. I'm like, all right, game's on TV. Let me get some action in here. And I turned it on, and you can't make it up, guys. Instead of the football game, it was the top 50 curling plays of the year. Top 50 curling. She's like, you should see this rock toss. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, where's the football game? I'm like, flipping around. She's like, here's the sweep of the year. And I'm like, what the, I'm like freaking out. I'm like, what, is this real? Is this am I in a dream here? And then I clued in. It turned out, there was a lightning delay in Ottawa. So there was lightning. So they delayed the Alouette game. And then the Winnipeg Blue Bomber game tonight, Rob. They're playing against Saskatchewan, trying to wrap up their stupid preseason. They couldn't play due to smoke. They never started the game. There's forest fires going on. The smoke was like a health hazard. They couldn't play, too smoky. Too smoky. It's 21-3 right now for Winnipeg, actually. The sportsbook just took it off the board. I think they got tired of the delay here. But for the record, they're playing at 21-3 for the Bombers right now over the Riders. And the BC Lions lead the Elks 9-7 in the preseason. It's mercifully coming to an end here in the CFL. But next week, Rob and Cam, we got regular season football, Rob. Thursday night, CFL, regular season football. Let's rock.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I can't wait for it. Of course, I do lean on you for a lot of information that you can get there that I don't readily get here. But I think I texted you or DM'd you earlier today about the Ottawa Red Blacks. I just did happen to catch them last week and saw the way Jalen Samuels ran, the ex-Pittsburgh Steeler running back, and I'm thinking, wow, this kid looks like a man among boys in that league. Maybe Ottawa, again, has a little shot here. I know you told me that you think they might win the division, but we got 4 good games. No lines up as of yet, but by the time we talk next Friday, Gabe, we'll have a final. We'll have a game in motion.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm fired up. I'm going to be at the Edmonton Elk and the BC Lion game next Saturday, and Snoop Dogg's doing a show before the game. So I got a 2-for-1 Snoop Dogg concert and then the BC Lions and the Elks. But there's 3 division games. They're starting at 2 division games, starting off with a bang, actually, this year. The Red Blacks are at the Rough Riders. It'd be cooler if it was Rough Riders or Rough Riders still, but Red Blacks are at the Rough Riders. That's the season opener on Thursday night. 9:30 Eastern time. No point spread yet. Friday night, the Toronto Argonauts are in Montreal. This is a big rivalry. They don't like each other. That's the Friday night game. Saturday, you got a doubleheader. 7 o'clock Eastern, the Hamilton Tiger Cats and the Calgary Stampeders. And the Edmonton Elks and the BC Lions. And I'm expecting like a 51.5, Rob, for the BC game. And I think this is one that has the potential to get there. You've got two new coaches with two teams. So they're the only teams with new coaches, right? Buck Pierce, longtime CFL quarterback, former New Mexico State Aggie, I believe it was. Was it New Mexico? Which one did he play for? Was it the Lobos? New Mexico State. I think he might have been a Lobo, actually. Anyways, Buck Pierce, longtime quarterback coordinator. He's the new coach of the BC Lions. And Edmonton hired a weird dude. Like, I'm surprised about the hire. The longtime crazy special teams coach at Calgary, who's never been a head coach before. It's a strange freaking hire. But the thing that you got going here, so you got new coaches. I think it'll affect the defense more, guys. You got Nathan Rourke here. He's ready to rock and roll after an embarrassing year last year. Now he's got a full camp under his belt. And Trey Ford, I know, you and I know, Rob, when Trey Ford starts, we bet the over, brother. That's as simple as that. Trey Ford started this football game.
Buck Pierce is an Aggie. You're right.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
All right, this is SportsRage. I'm Gabriel Morency. Rob Vino kicking with us. We're just talking football. CFL football starts next week, regular season. The D-Gen's betting the preseason right now, this XFL game. Playoffs start next week, actually, in the UFL. Just a quick check at the games this week. We should note, too, it is, these guys are trying to showcase themselves. So it's a little bit different when you're like, oh, they're eliminated or this or that. Like, they're showing up. Like, Memphis is a good example. Like, they're having fun, this team, when you watch them play. They could be live dogs, actually, against a Birmingham team that really have zero to play for They got to rest up for their game next week, the playoff game. Showboat's getting 6.5, 39 the total. Renegades minus 6.5 against the Brahmas, total 42, Rob. And the Roughnecks get 2 against the Michigan Panthers, who have nothing to play for, total 42. What do you think about the UFL board?
Yeah, how about that boatload of money that's coming on Houston, Gabe? I think it was the one opener, I think at DraftKings was 9.5.
I wonder what a boatload of money in the UFL too is. $2,000.
Moving lines.
It's like, hey guys, we got 2 dimes on this game from that Vino guy. Move the number.
Watch out, he's coming to the next place. Watch out for him. They've moved that thing down there. Michigan, and we know the head coach, right? Mike Nolan's just going to go through the motions. Hand off. And Houston's played well second half of the season, so I understand that. But my biggest play of the week, honestly, Gabe, was the game that meant nothing. Arlington, San Antonio, over 42. Arlington's been a scoring machine. They score on like 60% of their drives the last 4 games. San Antonio's defense is absolutely horrid at this point in time and so banged up. So, and they played a little bit better offensively the last couple of weeks. Arlington doesn't mind giving up a few points here or there. So I played that over. Stallion Showboats, I agree with you. It's hard to bet these teams that are going to participate in the playoffs next weekend because obviously they want to keep everything close to the vest and they want to keep their players healthy. So maybe Houston, Memphis, but I did like Arlington, San Antonio up and over the total.
What about live WNBA action, Rob? You bet the WNBA. The battle, the West Coast, we got a West Coast battle, LA and Las Vegas. The Aces are drilling the Sparks right now. They're up 64-44, midway through the third quarter of play. Total's 182.5. There's still 6.5 left, actually, in the third. 182.5 is the total. Phoenix Mercury up 45-40 on the Minnesota Lynx. 154.5 is the total there. 7.5 left in the third. Seattle Storm leading the Atlanta Dream, 57-44. 6 minutes left in the third. 167.5. I know Cam likes to bet on the WNBA as well.
I do.
Any late night action for you here, Rob? You have anything on any of these games or an opinion?
Yeah, I'm in real good situation right now with the Sparks and Aces game over. I got 165.5. So hopefully that just keeps you rolling right along. I think I had 99 at halftime. So hopefully second half provides enough to get us there. And I like the Minnesota game under the total with Phoenix. Naphisha Collier out of the game. I don't even know how you account for an MVP being removed from a team. We see what it's doing to Indiana, right? Without Caitlin Clark, Indiana's just another team right now.
Well, yeah, no. We took the Connecticut Sun game. Indiana was getting some too much respect. Like I was looking at that line going, what's the deal? And Connecticut gets it done. But Vino and Gabe, you guys see that line movement too? The Phoenix Mercury, that game, it went from 7, and I think one book had 8, the other one had 7.5, and it closed at 5. So people were like, that Lynx were favored by a lot, and Gabe, and there was a lot of late money and steam coming in on the Mercury. And right now they're winning outright.
Well, Rob mentioned Collier.
It was fade Collier money. Yeah, fade Minnesota money for sure without Collier.
So, as far as the MVP chase is concerned, Rob, a lot of the sports books, there's been a lot of talk in the media, too, about, Caitlin Clark, she's dropping. She's going to, because can she win the MVP now? Bro, she's only missing 4 freaking games or so. I thought this was like a big overreaction. And now Collier's out, Rob. I think there's still value on Caitlin Clark for the MVP. But what do you think of the Chicago Sky and the Dallas Wings game? Paige Beckers looked great when she went back to play at Connecticut the other night. And watching Paige play, look, Paige is a really team first type of girl, right? So you can tell, she's already their best player, Rob. And she passes too much, you know what I mean? Because she wants to fit in, and she doesn't want to be, all right, I'm going to come in here and I'm the diva, I'm the new queen here type of thing. But it's better for the team. The quicker that she just takes over would be the better for. I know you watch them all the time. Would you agree with that? I would tell Paige, don't think like a rookie. Just start to take these games over, Paige, because you can. You know what I mean? She's that good. And Chicago are struggling. What do you think of the Chicago-Dallas game tomorrow? Dallas basically a pick 'em. Dallas are -1. The total's 173.5.
Yeah, real quick here, Gabe. Here's the problem with Paige trying to step into Dallas and take over because they have Enrique Ogunbowale on the team. And this is I was on a show yesterday where we do all that WNBA coverage. and she had this magnificent quote that they're under a new head coach right now. They had played 4 games, or maybe 5, 1-4. I think they were 1-3, 1-4. Anyway, he says, basically, I tried to share the basketball. We're in a new system. I've probably been a little too unselfish to myself. I think I need to shoot more. I proved that in the second half. Well, last night she came out after saying that and put up 25 shots. She is known as the shot chucker in the WNBA. And it's going to be hard for Paige with Enrique's attitude towards getting her shots up. It's really hard for her. But I'll say this. When Dallas Wings are concerned, it's always a one-way ticket for me. I bet over or nothing into the Chicago Sky. 5 games played, they allowed over 90 in every single game, including the other night. This is a back-to-back.
You see their point differential?
97, 92. Huh?
These guys, like, they're minus 29.5, 30, Gabe. Like, they don't lose. They get murdered. Like, it's one of those, like, the Chicago Sky are just, like, they get slaughtered. Like, these are two bad teams going at it.
They beat Dallas in Chicago last night, 97-92, so it's a little bit of a rematch. Dallas home now. But, again, neither side plays. I think they're the 2 worst defensive teams in the league by defensive rating or net rating.
The Chicago Sky, it's like their GM is like a casual fan of women's college basketball. No, you know what I mean? Like Haley Van Lith. It's like, all right, she's a nice story. She's cute. It's like, bro, like, Rob, you know this. Like, she shouldn't be the 7th pick in the NBA draft if you want to build your team, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they're not giving her much time. They're giving her like 8 minutes.
Yeah, great use of a pick here, huh?
Yeah.
Like it's like there's no chemistry. They're like, oh, she's a big name, draft her.
No, we're not.
Fun?
No, if the Knicks are losing, I'm gonna be miserable.
I'll be fine.
I'm gonna be miserable. Really? You know what? I'm saying Knicks are winning tomorrow.
Oh.
Bucket. Here we go. Knicks are winning tomorrow. See that guy? No, that's the wrong guy. See that guy? See him? He over his assist prop. Jalen Brunson. He's going over his assist prop.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
Heard yesterday that he's got no shot to win the Cy Young because it's going to Skubal again. Skubal's winning the Cy Young. No shot for Fried.
They're both terrific. They both have incredible numbers and credentials and stats and strikeouts and ERA and everything. Like every single category, Fried is right there with him.
Pharrell, Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid.
Face. It's the new face. New face of what? The hell are you talking about? Like seriously. Oh, the new face of the NBA, Anthony. Yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Like, really? Guy's got 2 shots. You're the face of the NBA. Slow down. He's a good player. I've always thought the whole face of the NBA thing was comical. You want him to be the face of the NBA because you don't like it that all the other faces in the NBA aren't American.
Sports Rage tonight. Only on SportsGrid.
Always love talking sports with Rob Vino. Rob, are you dipping your toes into the College Baseball World Series at all? I did, and I got bit by I don't know, an unknown beast in the water. A stingray got me. It's weird. I got a couple of games right today, and I sort of went with my gut. I was like, yeah, I don't care what the line is. I think this team, I liked East Carolina today against Florida, and they actually smoked them. But then there's a couple other underdogs that I liked. I was hyping up Northeastern Northeastern got lit up or whatever. They're losing 8-2 right now to Mississippi State. We got a big upset in the making going on here. Utah Valley's beating the Ducks right now, 6-3, guys. The Ducks are a 1 seed. UC Irvine's losing Arizona State. Hell, Murray State is leading Ole Miss right now, 7-6. It's chaos, Cam. Are you betting this at all, Rob?
I haven't yet, Gabe. Normally, if I do bet it, I wait till Super Regionals start. And then after Super Regionals, the 18 College World Series, I'll bet. But just these regionals are so crazy because everybody's playing for their lives. I know there's a host team all the time, but the host team doesn't necessarily get the money. And I think there's so many upsets today. And it's hard to, Gabe, because I don't know the pitching well enough at this point in time. You know what I mean? I'll research it a little bit better over the course of the next 7-10 days.
We got a DGen special coming up here, Cam. Rhode Island versus Dallas Baptist, starting at 11:34 Eastern time. Dallas Baptist plus minus 2.5 runs, minus 320. I'm gravitating towards the Rams here. I want Rhode Island plus 2.5.
You're damn right. Go Rams.
What's the total?
Let's go
Gabe?
Rhode Island here.
Let's open up some ass here. What's the total on this game?
Generally, too, and for total bettors, I don't like betting unders with aluminum bats. I'll tell you that. Unless Paul Skeens is pitching. Right. The total is 13.5, guys. Rhode Island and Dallas Baptist, 11:34 Eastern, still on the board right now. Last game of the night. The Coastal Carolina and Fairfield just got going, but Dallas Baptist, I'm not going to lay minus 320. I'm going to go Rhode Island plus 2.5 runs here, guys.
I love me a 9-5 game. Let's go over 13.5.
You gotta love that, Cam. Even college baseball, he's betting the over 13.
It's like last inning, somebody hits a 3-run homer to win the game. You get over the total all the time in these games. It's nuts.
Well, we got an over Murray State, Ole Miss 7-6. Auburn and Central Connecticut State 9-5 right now. Oklahoma's messing Nebraska up. It's 7-0. You know, and another thing is, too, guys, like we talked about, it's like a little mini weekend thing here. So a lot of the teams save their best pitcher for, like, the desperation game on Sunday or the championship game for them or the regional, like to win the regional, et cetera, on Sunday. So, it's, not all these teams, like, sent their best pitchers out. And just because they lost the first game, they're not eliminated yet. But, let's go Rhode Island plus 2.5, guys. Little late-night DGen action here.
Like, I can't believe the underdogs. Like, we talked about this. Like, Murray State underdog. You talk, like, even Central Connecticut, they're not getting blown out by Auburn. Lou said Nebraska could play with Oklahoma, but they didn't show up. Arizona State's a poot. Like, this is nuts. Utah Valley. You're right, Gabe. Like, look at this stuff. It's like literally
I know the odds because I lost on this one. Alabama was a minus 200 favorite against Miami, Florida. Miami, Florida was plus 150. Miami, Florida wins 5-3. USC, this is the one that pissed me off. I was like, USC are good at baseball. TCU were favored too, Cam. USC beat TCU 13-1.
TCU will always let you down. They're one of those schools when you take them, it's like, man, every time, like I got bad memories with that program.
Arizona beats Cal Poly slow 3-2 tonight.
Good for Arizona.
How about this for an upset? Stetson. They got a good baseball team, Stetson. They beat NC State 11-2 tonight.
Dude, Stetson's a great school, period. Their basketball team wasn't even that bad. They got a good golf program. Like, I'm telling you, the Stetson, what is it, the Hatters? Or what's their team name again? Yeah, the Hatters, right?
Nice call.
They got golf.
Stetson hats.
Team. Yeah, the Stetson Hatters, right?
I feel like they throw it all over the lot in football, too.
Yeah, Stetson in football. Just take the over, right, Rob?
Stetson Hatter football team, Rob. Are they an over bet, too?
Yeah. I feel like they throw it all over the field, Gabe.
I always think of Stetson. I think of that cheap cologne. Stetson, remember that stuff? Lord Alfred Hayes game that used to sponsor wrestling.
Yeah, Stetson. Yeah. Poor man's Old Spice.
Poor man's Old Spice. That's like karate.
Stetson and Lee jeans. Stetson and Lee jeans, not Levi Lee.
Lee jeans.
Robino, wagertalk.com. Good stuff, Rob.
No, we're
have
not.
some fun?
No, if the
What do
Knicks
you
are losing,
mean?
I'm gonna be miserable.
Be fine.
I'm gonna be miserable. Really? You know what? I'm saying Knicks are winning tomorrow.
Oh.
Fuck it. Here we go. Knicks are winning tomorrow. See that guy? No, that's the wrong guy. See that guy? See him? He's over his assist prop. Jalen Brunson. He's going over his assist prop.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
Heard yesterday that he's got no shot to win the Cy Young because it's going to Scooble again. Scooble's winning the Cy Young. No shot for Fried.
They're both terrific. They both have incredible numbers and credentials and stats and strikeouts and ERA and everything. Like every single category, Fried is right there with him.
Pharrell Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid.
Face. It's the new face. New face of what? The hell are you talking about? Like seriously. Oh, the new face of the NBA, Anthony. Yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Like, really? Guy's got 2 shots. You're the face of the NBA. Slow down. He's a good player. I've always thought the whole face of the NBA thing was comical. You want him to be the face of the NBA because you don't like it that all the other faces of the NBA aren't American.
Sports Rage tonight. Only on SportsGrid.
This is Sports Rage. I am Gabriel Morency. The Pips, the players, the hustlers, the people, the busters, and everybody else in between. Thanks to Rob Vino. We had some good laughs during the break there, and then sudden return. We now bring in a man. We always get a kick where the people went to school. And Tony Finn revealed to us years ago that he's an Arizona State Sun Devil. Our boy Gamblu actually went to Arizona. But when Tony said that he went to Arizona State, I said, "Oh, now it all makes sense." Like, you know, I mean, like it came all together. But speaking of the Simpsons, speaking of the Simpsons line, the best one was when they did the Monday night for the Sunday Night Football, whatever this year, when they did a Simpsons football broadcast. Right, like, you know, they do the cartoon stuff, so it was actually like live during the game, but it was Bart catching the ball and stuff. It was pretty cool. But so they had all the Simpsons characters introduce themselves and what university they went to and stuff, right? And it was the best when they got to Krusty the Clown. He goes, Krusty the Clown, Clown College, Arizona State.
Yes, dude.
He goes to Clown College, Arizona State University. But it gets a bad rap. ASU's actually a good school with a beautiful looking co-ed base. I got no beef with ASU.
Great golf school.
Like that. I was trying to be political. That's hot girls. I've said it before. I'm sure Cam would agree. If I was younger, I'd be way in. I'd go play for ASU hockey anytime. I'd be like, yeah, I'll be a Sun Devil. I'll come play for your hockey team.
Who the hell wants to play in the cold in northern Quebec? You can go to Arizona State.
Yeah.
Like hot.
It's like, hey, you want to play in Rimouski for the Oceanic, or you want to go? You want to go party at ASU for 4 years?
When I was at ASU, we had it was a 19 state where you drink alcohol, beer.
Oh, you're allowed to be at 19.
You were 19. So all the girls in California was a 21 state, and so there was a huge California contingency, especially of women. And to give you an example, I started out in the business school. 25,000 in the business school in 1979. 25,000 was as large as most, Big Eight at that time. Big Eight schools.
Yeah.
The whole school.
I gotta tell you, 21.
I just can't imagine Tony Finn going to business school.
I know, that's the best Tony Finn in
Liberal arts business school.
Hey, what was Quebec? Quebec's 18, right, for drinking, and everywhere else.
Oh yeah,
is
Quebec
19.
is the youngest
Right?
anywhere.
Quebec-
Yeah. Like
18.
so, imagine Tony. I grew up in Montreal. We used to see it every weekend. Kids from Plattsburgh, New York, Burlington, Vermont, Boston, fighting and throwing up on the sidewalks as 18-year-olds.
I spend a lot of time
because they get all wasted, Cam. They go to strip clubs for the first time in their lives.
It's like, wow, this place is heaven. It's like
local people like selling them oregano instead of weed, ripping them off and stuff. Oh, here you go, kid. They were getting their life lessons on the streets. They're like, even Philly Godfather said it last night. He goes, yeah, when I was a kid, I used to go and drink and buy weed in Montreal because I was 18. Right, everybody. Like, it's a tradition.
Yeah, great stuff. You know, Plattsburgh.
So, Tony.
Plattsburgh is
Plattsburgh, you been there?
My first wife was from Plattsburgh, yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I was married.
Plattsburgh, New York, yeah?
1 week, yeah. 1 week.
I'll use a Seinfeld reference with this one when they talked about El Paso, when Newman said, yeah, I spent a month there one night. That's what Plattsburgh.
But the winters were, that was horrible. That was a horrible.
I know Plattsburgh well. Lake Champlain.
Yes, Lake Champlain, which is where
Champlain Beach.
Is, of course, you know, Champy the monster, right? Not
very
far from Lake Placid, but everybody half the town either worked for the prison or they worked in the mall, and they served everybody. And everybody come from Montreal into Plattsburgh, you know, on the weekends and go shopping in the United States and go back home, right? So you either worked in the mall or you worked in the prison. That's what you did.
What's the name, Tony? The thing they have like a fake Loch Ness monster. They claimed there's like I remember when I was a kid. Champy. Yeah. Champy. I remember when I was a kid, I was actually scared. Like I remember going in the water and someone telling me there's not really some sort of dinosaur thing in the water. I'm like, I don't know. I think there could be. You know what I mean? Like I remember water slowly.
July 20th is
so Champy's like a poor man's Loch Ness monster. Is that what? He is?
They sell things and like there's I might have saw them like
they have listen, they have sightings at Champy. They have sightings, you know. And July 20th is Champy week. They say it's Shark Week, but no, it's
Tony's
week.
really up to date with Plattsburgh, New York, like at the Chamber of Commerce. Just this random reference.
He's on fire, man. That's great.
You know what?
By the way,
I used to get a lot of calls from Plattsburgh, New York, when I was on the radio doing the Expos games.
Really?
A lot of fans.
Yeah.
It's so close. I was in Plattsburgh, New York. The closest big league team was the Montreal. Same with Burlington, Vermont, right? Like Vermont, they were Expo fans or Red Sox fans.
You didn't have to go very far south, you guys. You have to go very south. You go south down into kind of hippie territory there, where they raced we had the big racetrack there, and what is escaped me all of a sudden. I don't know what it is, but they have Lake George.
Yeah, now I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, the hippies. What, Saratoga?
Saratoga, exactly right. Saratoga, right. Well, I mean, it was at that 30 years ago. It ran the damn town. The hippies ran the town.
Tony was like on Sharp Razor Report. I went to Arizona State Business School. Then you get the real Tony fan, sort of mumbling, where the hippies hang out at that racetrack up there, like.
The hippies were my. I was a hippie. I'm a product of the '60s. Vietnam, those civil rights. Yeah, I would absolutely love
Saratoga. Beautiful Saratoga.
Make love, not war.
I love.
Yeah, listen, I like Saratoga a lot. I liked it. Yeah,
Our boy Paul Bovey, regular on the show. I don't know if he goes every year, but he pretty much he goes up there for the racing season. It's in August all the time, right? Like, so he goes up there.
Beautiful time.
And remember, Cam, I told you like the parking. It's impossible to get parking there.
Oh, yeah.
And you got to pay admission. Yeah. So Paul was smart. He just paid $2,000 and he got a share of a horse and he got an owner's pass and he got a parking privilege, barn privilege, all access privilege around the track to help him get an insight of everything else that's going on there.
And
all you got to do. Instead of going, I got to pay $700 for parking for the week. It's like, you know what? I'll buy one of these horses that's like you buy the percentage of. And then suddenly I'm an owner. Owner pass.
The thing about Saratoga is that's where like a lot of
Bovey's wheels are always spinning. He's sitting in a hotel room somewhere thinking, you know what? I can go to Saratoga and I can buy a horse.
Yeah, his hamster's always on the wheel, man. That guy's pretty sharp. Yeah.
Well, he might be actually. He's in New York.
How much money has he lost? How much money did he lose on his own horses? Because it cost him much more than $2,000 probably if he's betting on his own horses.
No. He's smart enough not to own horses.
Yeah,
it's one of those. You buy in, you own one.
You buy a horse.
No, you buy Tony. You're better off spending $2,000 and you own 2%. You own 2% of a horse.
Tony. It's not
I'll
like
take 2% of Secretariat.
No, he didn't buy a horse for $2,000. The horse is worth like $100,000, and the owners sell it out to people. Like you can buy into horses if you want. Like, you know what I mean?
2%. I'll take 2% of Man of the World.
Horses on like $18,000 claims and stuff. It's like not every horse is like money.
That's
Some of
right.
them are
That's
donkey.
right. They don't have any, but they don't have any
I'm sorry I
$18,000
brought it up.
claimers at Saratoga.
Yeah, I have
They don't have any $18,000. Not
Where do we
Saratoga.
go from
At
Plattsburgh's
Saratoga,
ex-wife
it's $50,000, $100,000 claimers. So. Champy.
God, Champy.
Champy's
simply
going
said.
to sneak up on you if you keep calling him Loch Ness, by the way.
All right, so are you betting the College Baseball World Series at all, Tony?
I haven't yet, but I'm going to wait to make sure the UC Irvine Anteaters get in there, and then I will be all over them. You know that, right?
The UC Anteaters are in trouble right now, actually.
They're losing. I made one.
They're losing 4-2 to Arizona State. Arizona State's up.
Your alma mater.
Arizona State has a rich tradition of some pretty good baseball players. Reggie Jackson, good baseball players.
No, we're not.
Fun?
No, if the
What do
Knicks
you
are losing,
mean?
I'm gonna be miserable.
Be fine.
I'm gonna be miserable. Really? You know what? I'm saying Knicks are winning tomorrow.
Oh.
Fuck it. Here we go. Knicks are winning tomorrow. See that guy? No, that's the wrong guy. See that guy? See him? He's over his assist prop. Jalen Brunson. He's going over his assist prop.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
Heard yesterday that he's got no shot to win the Cy Young because it's going to Skubal again. Skubal's winning the Cy Young, no shot for free.
They're both terrific. They both have incredible numbers and credentials and stats and strikeouts and ERA and everything, like every single category. Fried is right there with him.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
Face. He's the new face. New face of what? The hell are you talking about? Like seriously. Oh, the new face of the NBA, Anthony. Yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Like, really? Guy's got 2 shots. You're the face of the NBA. Slow down. He's a good player. I've always thought the whole face of the NBA thing was comical. You want him to be the face of the NBA because you don't like it that all the other faces of the NBA aren't American.
SportsRage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
Shout out to our boy Kyle Johnson. And IUD in the house, Sebastian, what's rolling? We're throwing it down on X, Sirius XM, Channel 159, SportsGrid Radio and Television Network, and a million platforms. All right, let's get to I didn't get to the best of X last night, and Ohtani just hit another home run. Good. He's getting there. What's my prop on the season? Let me check. Let me double check here quickly. It's 42.5 or 43.5. Ohtani. I put how much I put on this one? I put more on Ohtani than I did other guys actually, You know what? One of the best. I don't know if it's there yet, guys. One of the best future bets that I made was O'Neal Cruz. His total stolen base prop was 21.5. I think he's got 20 now. Like, unless he breaks his ankle like tomorrow, like he's gonna. I don't want to mush the kid, but yeah, here we go. I bet $267 on Ohtani to get back an even 500 that he hits over 42.5 home runs. What's he at now, Greg Frank and Master Control? 22 off the top of my head after 2 tonight. 22. He's rolling. He's gonna get to
22.
He's got 22 right now. We're definitely on pace. Like, we're third through the season, and he's halfway there right now. Looks like he's on pace for like 60 or so. And he's going to start pitching soon. And quite frankly, Tony, the Dodgers kind of need him on the hill, don't they? The Dodgers kind of running out of arms here. It's a 5-3 game right now. Let's be real, though, Tony. I know you bet on the Dodgers a lot, but no Mookie Betts tonight. Revenge spot. Oh, my God. Did this just happen?
What?
All right. Dodgers. All right, so I'm just seeing. All right, so I thought the Dodgers just. I thought the Dodgers hit another home run, but no. So it's 5-3 right now. But no Mookie Betts in the lineup tonight. I got turned off from the game tonight, Tony, with no Mookie in the lineup. I didn't end up betting.
I just pushed in on under 11.5 minus 15.
I thought it was going to go under the 8.5. I'll admit before the game. It's been a home run fest.
It has, and I tell you what, now that it's 5-3, 5-2 I didn't do it. It was 10.5, but 5-3 I went under 11.5 minus 15. It was actually minus 11.5 at minus 140, and then Hernandez got first, minus 15 I jumped it.
All right, what happened with the Blue Jays tonight, Cam? I know one thing about the Blue Jays. Yeah, they're putting runs up on the board this week, and I don't know, Guerrero's heating up, right? He's starting to hit some home runs right now.
Yeah.
I got him over 30.5, 32.5 or whatever. Slow start for him, but I'm hoping that Vlad could just start to terrorize and, like, if he can hit like 5 or 7 home runs in the next week or two, we might be able to get this if he heats up as the season goes on.
You know what's happening too? Other guys in the lineup are stepping up, so he's seeing pitches now. Like, that's the whole thing. Take a look, guys, for all you DFS players, Ernie Clement. The guy's on fire for the Blue Jays. He's on an absolute heater right now against Oakland, already hitting 700 in the series. He's got some home runs. Watch out for this kid. He's getting confidence. A lot of these young Blue Jays are starting to rake. I know it's against the Athletics, but this is a good sign. We know this team, Morency. They're very flaky. They can win 4 in a row and lose 4 in a row. But the offense, everybody's smashing the ball right now.
But we should note, and I'm going to lose this bet, he was already not going to get there anyways. I took Santander over 30.5 home runs. Toronto Blue Jays placed Anthony Santander on the injured list. Shoulder inflammation is going to be out at least 10 days. You know it's going to be longer than that. He's 30 years old, and it just paid him a bunch of money on like a 6-year deal. They're not going to rush him back right now. Replacing him, Alex Rodin, recalled from AAA. He'll be active. He was active tonight. So Santander out right now. Tony, what's your opinion, Tony, on the Blue Jays? You like to bet this team? When they're hot, they're hot. When they're not, they're not. Like Cam said, they're a streaky team. Like, they'll win 3 in a row, they'll lose 4 in a row. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like them tomorrow. I like them tomorrow with Fisher, actually, and going against Hoagland for the Athletics. However, I don't see it. I didn't see a number earlier. They didn't have one up. I'm a little bit fearful that it's going to be a little pricey. So we'll see what it comes out to. You see a number on it yet? Let me see if I can find one. So.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. You're right. It does not on one book I'm looking at here. Let me look at another one here for tomorrow. Blue Jays. No, they do not have this game up on the board. Multiple books do not want to touch this game.
Very strange. And I'm already sweating my Dodgers. They scored another run. It's 5-4 now.
5-4. Here come the Blue, baby.
There they go.
Oh, yeah. Let's ruin George Kurtz's night. Sorry, George. I love you, buddy, but
Friday
George sitting at home drinking his Pepsi.
He just, can I get another Pepsi? Just clanking it down. Hear the dog chain. I got to go take the dog out. Yeah, the Dodgers they're coming back. I think every Blue Jay had a hit today too, Morency. Like, all these call-ups and stuff. Like, a lot of these kids are really stepping up. So we'll see. It's just, it's obviously not the best team. You want to do this against teams like, the Yankees and whatever. But, hey, you got to take care of business. And that was their problem before. They'd lose to teams like the Athletics in series because they wouldn't get up for these games. Now they're winning these games against bad teams.
The Mariners.
Bichette's doing a little better. Bichette's actually
Mariners are up.
Spot.
Gossman's been good too for them. He's been on fire the last couple of starts. But the Mariners are up 4-3 on the Twins. That's a good series this weekend too. Baseball's got some fun series this weekend. The Reds and the Cubs. Yankees, Dodgers, a really good one going on at Chavez Ravine. The Dodgers getting back into this game right now. They got runners on second and third too. So looking at tomorrow, Tony, I know you already have a bit. Speaking of the Dodgers tomorrow, you got Warren and Knack. Mookie Betts is supposedly day-to-day. So
right.
I don't know. He stubbed his toe somewhere, right? At home, something happened. He's listed as day-to-day. Dodgers are minus 120 tomorrow with Knack on the hill. Total is 9.5. This is the Fox TV game tomorrow.
Well, I would say this, and the weather's really warm this weekend across the country, across the states. So I think if you're going to play, if you're a totals guy or a totals gal, then you may want to find some favorable spots to go over the total. Look at the umpires. Check your umpires out. You know, the Rehack is the home plate umpire here in LA, and it has nothing to do with a small strike zone or a big strike zone. It has to do with the pitchers tonight, especially Gosselin.
All right, Tony Finn with us on the other side. I want to get to the best of X. We'll say goodbye to our guy Greg Frank. Moving on to Boise, but we'll get Greg on the show when the football season starts. Boise State football. He's going to be a Boise State guy. Boise State basketball, Boise State football, women's volleyball.
No, we're not.
Fun?
No, if the Knicks are losing, I'm gonna be miserable.
Be fine.
I'm gonna be miserable. Really? You know what? I'm saying Knicks are winning tomorrow.
Oh.
Fuck it. Here we go. Knicks are winning tomorrow. See that guy? No, that's the wrong guy. See that guy? See him? He's over his assist prop. Jalen Brunson. He's going over his assist prop.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
Heard yesterday that he's got no shot to win the Cy Young because it's going to Skubal again. Skubal's winning the Cy Young, no shot for free.
They're both terrific. They both have incredible numbers and credentials and stats and strikeouts and ERA and everything, like every single category. Fried is right there with him.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
Face. It's the new face. New face of what? The hell are you talking about? Like seriously. Oh, the new face of the NBA, Anthony. Yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Like, really? Guy's got 2 shots. You're face of the NBA. Slow down. He's a good player. I've always thought the whole face of the NBA thing was comical. You want him to be the face of the NBA because you don't like it that all the other faces of the NBA aren't American.
Sports Rage tonight. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, let's do this thing. This is Sports Rage. All right, let's get to the best of X's. All right, Tony, you stop laughing like the Joker for a second here. I don't know what you're chuckling away about, but this guy's unbelievable.
I'm reading through the rest of his email, and he says, "Hey, it's the closest Eagles bar to Boise." I'm going on read this, but I remember him.
Yeah, our
really
guy Greg Frank's going to Boise, Idaho. Tony tells him, "Oh, I know a guy with an Eagles bar." The bar Tony's
6
talking
hours
about
away.
is in freaking Wyoming.
The closest Eagles bar.
There's nothing to do. Like,
Yeah, you're
So
right.
in other words,
There
Greg, he was no help whatsoever. All right, let's just move on here. No.
You're
Okay.
unbelievable.
No, 6
You're
hours.
No. All right, let's get to the best of X. Best of X. Roll it. I like the crowd earlier tonight. Let's what are we going with? All right, here's this kid here. You can't really slide anymore and crash into the catcher in baseball. So this kid actually figured it out, and I love the catcher's look after the catcher sort of looked around after, like, what the hell just happened here? Yeah, let's roll this one. I like this play. This is the play of the day.
Oh!
Look at the catcher looking behind him, like, hey, what just happened? Pretty ballsy attempt. I saw. Yeah, run it again here. This kid, though, you can really break his ankle doing this. Or he's lucky the catcher didn't light him up, but it caught him off guard.
Oh. No, I don't know, man. That kid's got good. That's brilliant. He just went for it. That's gorgeous.
Yeah, but I'm keeping my eye on this kid already as a scout, like from Coastal Carolina or whoever. I'm like, all right, I'll keep our eye on that development of that kid there. All right, here's in Washington. They played the UFL game tonight, and they really go after it hard, man. These DC Defender fans. Like, they get about 15,000 people for their games and stuff, but as you can see, they got a beer snake rolling on here. That was just in the first quarter, actually. They've actually been successful of getting it from the field level row pretty much all the way to the top of the stadium. Like, I think they might have broken the world record, actually, last year for the world's biggest beer snake. So, yeah, these guys out there, they look like frat boys. They all dress up in, like, weird DC Defender gear. And they just crushed the beers all night back there. It's the one place, our boy Sam, who works here at the Grid. I like Sam. He's a Buffalo Bill fan as well, but he's from the area, and he's gone to some of these DC Defender games, and he's told me, yeah, it is quite the beer fest and big party there. They got a good thing going on in DC with their UFL. It started out because they hated Dan Snyder so much. And they used to chant F Dan Snyder at the games just to mock, like, the Washington team. But now they like the Commanders, but they still go to these games. All right, so we mentioned our boy Greg Frank did a great job with his time here on SportsRage, and we mean it. We've got a lot of producers and people, working on behind the scenes on the show over the years. Some of them really even aren't sport fans, or they're just there. It's a job. But our boy Greg's a passionate sport fan, and that's why he's gonna be on the air. He's gonna be doing things in Boise, Idaho, and that's cool stuff because Boise football is big time. The Boise basketball team is good, and you got all the other college teams as well. Tony knows all about Boise State being in the Mountain West. Greg, you're gonna become a Mountain West guy now, buddy. This is your new conference: SDSU, UNLV. Well, the new, that's right. Boise are going to be joining that new PAC, whatever they're calling it. The new PAC. It's kind of a weird.
That's the best.
Yeah, they
name,
basically
the new PAC. What, like how many?
No, you know what? They should just ride on with the PAC 2. I like that.
That's exactly.
I like that, like CW Network. I like that. Welcome to the CW Network, PAC 2, your official home of PAC 2 football. I like that, the promo. Your official home of PAC 2 football. It's like, no, it's cool though. Like, people laugh, but it's like, you know what? I got every Oregon State and Washington State game on TV every year on CW Network, Tony. I was down. PAC 2 football, baby.
What are they going to do? What's going to happen now to Oregon State and West State if the whole Mountain West joins another conference? Are they going to start having complex?
I'm sick of it all, bro. We didn't get into it this week. The SEC is trying to take over, right? This week, there's
they are.
we all knew this, that the SEC and the Big Ten would gang up on everybody, but now the SEC is getting freaked out that the Big Ten is like pushing them out of the way. SEC. Yeah, basically, Cam, they want like 75% of the teams. The SEC wants to decide who makes the playoffs.
Yeah.
And everyone else like walked out. They're like, no, you don't run this thing. Like, we've had enough.
I'm done with this.
Like, they're at a standstill. Other than that, you're on your own.